all, it's Nim, or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to be talking about fiendish lore, cultic tomes, apocryphal secrets in Pathfinder's Book of the Damned. We're going to be covering the desires, goals, and outlook of Aldinach, a demon lord. If you'd like to see more things like this, lore about unknowable and evil entities, let me know in the comments below, and more will be made. But for now, let's explore those secrets and see if we can't find something elucidating. Aldinach, whose title is She of the Six Venoms. She is a chaotic evil, female demon lord of sand, scorpions, and thirst. Aldinach appears as a colossal golden scorpion. Her claws are made of living crimson crystal and have razor-sharp edges. Her face, while human, is hideously deformed and unwholesomely colored. On her back swarm countless smaller scorpions, chittering away, members of her endless brood that she can send out to do her bidding with but a thought. Her sting is particularly dangerous, for it injects 6 different horrific supernatural toxins with each attack, and has been said to envenom even those who normally count themselves as being immune to the effects of poison. So she lives up to her title of She of the Six Venoms. Aldinach's cults are strongest in deserts, especially in Osirian's wastelands and the remote reaches of Rahadum, where her cultists work to seduce and corrupt that realm's godless citizens. Certain tribes of violent Girtablus venerate her in hive cities in eastern Osirian, where their strange traditions mix the worship of Aldinach and Rovagug the Destroyer into an unusual pantheon of arachnid horror. In these cults, the leaders of the faithful are often half-fiend Girtablu clerics. Those who fall prey to one of these desert-dwelling cults can look forward to an agonizing and lingering death. For the favored method of a living sacrifice involves the painful combination of death by long exposure to the elements and periodic torments, where the lingering demise is lengthened by tantalizing sips of life-giving water. By extending a victim's periods of thirst to agonizing lengths, the suffering soul is made to taste all the sweeter to Aldinach in death. Her worship is relatively unknown outside of Garun's desert region, and when she is worshipped in other locales, it is typically by a lone cultist or fanatic. Just as the demon lord herself carries countless offspring on her back, Aldinach is in turn one of Lamashtu's countless daughters, although since Lamashtu's ascension to divinity, the two have not associated over much. The same, however, cannot be said of her and her sister Areshkigal, with whom Aldinach is locked in an eternal war. Ever since Aldinach stole the abyssal realm known as the Sea of Whispering Sands from her sister, this forced Areshkigal into exile in the desolate blood clefts. Aldinach has been forced to defend her desert realm from her sister's constant, increasingly desperate attempts to reclaim her lost territory. Although Aldinach has ruled the Whispering Sands for only a few dozen centuries, a pittance in the timeline of a demon lord, she has already inspired her minions to create hundreds of eerie desert cities in her honor. Hidden amid the trackless sands, the greatest of these cities lies at the heart of the Sea of Whispering Sands, a sprawling metropolis of twisted buildings constructed of spiny chitin and flexible resin. Named Ioganthus, this impossible city is built within the slowly collapsing walls of a funnel-shaped sinkhole in the sand. As the buildings of Ioganthus slide inexorably down the funnel's walls, they gather in the center and tangle together, forming a towering spire of chitin and resin that evokes an image and feelings of an immense scorpion's tail. Every few hours, this constantly growing spire lurches downward to sting the funnel's rim, where the building material at the tower's apex breaks off and falls inexorably towards the rim. This forms a new structure on the outskirts of the city. This eternal recycling of Ioganthus' buildings in this manner forces those who dwell within to repeatedly relocate, for those that remain in one building too long are eventually crushed and recycled along with their domicile. This ongoing replenishment of buildings and reworking of the city layouts makes Ioganthius an exceptionally difficult location to navigate or assault. Only certain regions inside the central tower remained fixed in place. The slowly churning mass of structure flowing ever upward around them toward the spire's apex. These stable regions house the personal quarters, laboratories, and prison cells of Aldinach herself. For those wishing to venerate or pay homage to Aldinach, she of 6 Venoms, you must be aware that her domains include Animal, Chaos, Evil, and the Sun domain. Her subdomains include Demon, Feather, Fur, and Light. Her favored weapon of her cultists is the kukri. Her unholy symbol is a gold scorpion with sand dripping from its claws. Her temples are found in barren valleys, burrows, caves, and pyramids. Her typical worshippers are desert nomads, raiders, slavers, and unusually violent or cruel Gertablus. Her favored minions are fiendish earth elementals and giant scorpions, and in order to render her obeisance, you must pray to Aldinach while lying prone on the sand for an hour, during which time you must eat at least 1 live scorpion. This has been Aldinach, she of the 6 Venoms, truly a fiendish entity. And there we have it, another demon lord in the books, Aldinach, she of 6 Venoms. This was a fun video to make, so if you like this video, or you like what this channel does in specific, go on and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything the channel does. It's a great thing to do, and it helps the channel out a lot. Additionally, you can find me on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We play a lot of MMORPGs, in addition to the odd Souls game, and sometimes I even guest on an RPG show, The Never-Ending Quest Log, but there's more about that in the description down below. Finally, for those who wish to parse above and beyond the Call of Duty, there is the Patreon. And that's, of course, patreon.com/Nimicry. That's a great way to support the channel, and honestly, every patron really warms my heart, so thank you for that. For now, though, I will see you in the next video, and stay safe out there. You never know what you'll find in a book.